channel about the hate train about Rihanna right now, and it's kind of crazy. But they're saying that Rihanna is not an artist, and she never was. They said she's a pretty girl who was served hits on a silver platter to sell, and that's why she retired at 27, because she had no passion for music. Ooh! Y'all are trying to gag her at her forehead. Y'all look crazy. Y'all are really trying to gag her. Now look, y'all, let me be real. Okay, I'm gonna keep it being with y'all. Do I feel like Rihanna has a passion for music? No. Can she do music pretty well? Yes. You know, just because you can do something very well does not mean it's your passion, okay? If music was her passion, she would still be doing music today. She would still be putting out stuff. She would still be doing it because it's just her calling. It just keeps her up at night. You know, like a Michael Jackson or Beyonce or even a Taylor Swift. Like, it's their calling. You know, I'm sure a lot of you all have things that you do really well and you do prioritize it, but it's not your calling or your passion. It's just not really something that you really like need to do to be able to feel like you're being empowered and feel like you are, you know, like Rihanna, obviously she can go without making music. You know, she can stop because she did it all. But I'm not gonna sit here and act like she's a flop or like, you know, but I definitely do think that she got her hits served to her on a platter. She doesn't write. And I'm not saying that's bad because Rihanna, she knows how to sell the vibe with the music, and she knows how to world build her music, and she knows how to be Rihanna really well to where she don't have to do the heavy lifting of music, you know? She can just literally show up, do the music, and do it well. And she has a very distinct voice, okay? But I do agree. I don't think her passion is music. I think it's beauty. I think it's also, you know, just being free. Like, Rihanna is Rihanna because she's Rihanna. Point blank period, okay? I think that's her cheat code. Now, also, when it comes down to Riri and not having, you know, the music thing going on anymore, I think that the fans are low-key resenting Rihanna. That's why I think low-key that's the underlying truth here as to why there's a new hate train towards her. When I say hate train, I mean like fans online, you know, talking mess. I don't mean like an actual industry push. But when I see this stuff online, I think they're just mad Rihanna is not dropping music. They're resenting her because she's not showing up for the music stuff. But y'all, it's obviously not her passion no more, so y'all gotta move on. Moving on to Chris Brown, y'all. You know what? Y'all are evil. So as you all know, Chris Brown has received a PhD from Harvard Christian University. And people are in the comments, y'all, they've been going insane. They said, Christian University? They like question mark? They said Christian University question mark. Okay, this is what they said. A serial, you know, abuser, a C-word user, and minister for making bedroom music received a PhD from a Christian university, question mark. Okay? Y'all, how do I say this nicely? I don't know. Because I feel you can still be a Christian and still, you know, do things. Like, you know, like, you're a human being at the end of the day. You can still be a Christian and kind of struggle with stuff and, you know, still have issues. Like, most people have issues. I mean, no. Everybody has issues. And just because somebody's a Christian or they have a certain religion does not mean that they should not be able to, you know what I'm saying, like, get awards for what they believe in. I'm pretty sure Chris Brown is a Christian. You know, he believes in that. So he can get an award for being a philosophy, visual and performing arts under a Christian university. That's fine. You know, y'all have so much need to try to police Chris Brown. It's weird. Y'all always, I don't know what that's about. I still don't get it. Every day I be confused. Like, y'all need to go ahead and, like, clean behind y'all ears. Like, clean behind your ears or change the earrings because y'all ears be stinking. Okay, your ears stink. For real. Finna Lysol that bitch instantly. I'm finna disinfect you, hoe. Moving on to Carisha. As you all know, she has a song out called Spin That. And, you know, I have my opinions on it. I'm gonna keep it to myself. But it's currently aiming to debut on the Billboard Hot 100 as the new track week begins. If achieved, it will make her third career entry on the chart. They said, check out the early Hot 100 predictions here. Then someone says, oh my gosh, her first solo entry. Then Carisha replies and says, second. Wow, I'm so gagged. Oh my gosh, your second entry. Woo-wee! Let's go celebrate. Ooh! The fuck, like, girl, I don't know, child. I don't know. But on a serious note, though, I think music right now, we're entering an age where, as long as it's just catchy, y'all, like, I promise you, if you listen to me right now, you can have a hit today or tomorrow. As long as it's catchy. That's all you need, baby. Get you a catchy tune, get you a little, you know, add some buzzwords in your song, you know, talk about what people be going through on a day-to-day basis, you know, like, relatable stuff. And you have a hit, baby. You have a hit. Be relatable, catchy, and, you know, and just be consistent, girl. You can have a career. But if you want to have actually, no, you won't have a career. You won't. You'll have a moment. But if you want a career, you can't just do that, okay? Carisha's song has also been added to Apple Music Songs of the Summer playlist. Is it time for me to delete Apple Music? I think so. Spotify, here I come. Moving on to Akbar V. Akbar V allegedly waxed Trim on her own beat. So Akbar does a song called Fiji Water, as you all know. Miss Trim has a song called Coconut Water. And Trim says, you can't be the princess, bitch. You don't even look royal. Just another broke hoe. Bum bitch daughter. I can't argue with no young girl. Go get your mama. Sound like another bee. Looking even dumber. Okay? Now, Akbar, I don't know why you're going this far. Like, I don't know why you're going this far, boo.
Brother, why is Akbar and Trim fussing? Like, let's be real. Trim is better than Akbar. We're just gonna put it like that. This is my opinion. But I'm not gonna get in my car and say, let's bump some Akbar. Like, I will say, let's bump some Trim before I even say, let's bump some Akbar. Because what the fuck, I don't even know one song by Akbar. But I barely listen to Trim, and I know a song by Trim. Like,
moving on to Beyonce, they're also waking that tea up with Beyonce as well. They said the industry's obsession with treating Beyonce as if she's a god is also very strange. Okay, and I'm not gonna lie to you, I think that's kind of weird, but I think that's a part of Beyonce's brand. You know, Beyonce's brand is being, you know, the one who's untouchable, who can't be messed with. You know, that's what Beyonce wants to be. She wants to be this untouchable lady who nobody can ever clock. you know. And I guess it's dope, but after a while, it can kind of become very performative and corny. You know, everything you do, you don't have to always be some crazy above earth. And it's kind of sad because Beyonce, like, if you go to her concert, right? And let's say, for example, like, a light switch happens or a light beam is, like, glowing so bright. Oh, my God, Beyonce's mine. Beyonce's mine. Bitch, it's not her mind. It's the lighting technician's mind. You know, if choreo is so good, oh, my God, Beyonce's mine. She didn't do the choreo. She didn't make the choreo up. Like, like everything that she does, y'all contributed to just her. I'm not saying she doesn't have a great eye and things, but y'all give her a little bit too much credit sometimes. And I am Beehive. Well, I'm not Beehive. I do support her. I love her entertainment and what she sells. I love the music. I love the vibes. But y'all give her a little bit too much credit. You know? Like, I don't know. Like, if it starts raining at one of her shows, oh my God, Beyonce controlled the weather. That was not Beyonce, baby. That was in the forecast for 2 weeks now. Like, what do y'all be? Like, it's crazy. It's just be insane. Like, and I noticed this too. Even as a person who loves Beyonce, it's like everything that she does, everything that happens around her, she is somehow in power of that. And she did that from scratch. And she, relax, calm down. I love B down, but y'all give her that God treatment. I'm not saying she's not talented. She is. She definitely knows how to put on a show. Now, if MJ was still alive, I'm sorry, we're gonna have to give that God treatment to MJ. But no shade. As I was looking into it, you know, I don't think Beyonce. I'll just say this: a lot of Beyonce's success is manufactured. A lot of her talent has been sharpened, and that's not bad. But for her to be treated as a god, it had to be manufactured versus MJ, which is naturally like it was natural, you know. But you know, you hear Beyonce singing at 9 years old, then you hear MJ at 9, you know, as a kid, as a teenager. It's just different, you know. Beyonce, a lot of her success is just aggressively disciplined and aggressively focused on fixing. I gotta do this. And it just. I don't know, it just gives try hard. But she's successful and she's good at it, and that's her thing. And I'm not clowning Beyonce. This is not a Beyonce's overrated conversation because I don't believe that at all. But I think I'm just saying the god-like tier. For y'all to act like she's a god, it's corny because she tries so hard to be that, and it's just forced. But this is, oh my God, Beehive's gonna take this the wrong way. But I'm saying this from a point of, I respect her, but let's not get too carried away. Ow, 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 ow. Moving on to Nicki Minaj, okay, the conversation is real. One thing you can't say about Nicki is that she's a hoe. You cannot say she's a hoe. You cannot say that she was easy. You cannot say that she effed Wayne because she did not. Okay? So Charleston White gives Nicki Minaj her flowers, saying she isn't a pass around. Okay? And noting that many people he knows have tried to pursue her over the years, but she never gave them a chance. All right? This highlights how consistently Nicki has maintained a controlled public image despite being one of the most talked about figures in hip hop. Can any other female rapper boast about this? They can't. Nicki Minaj, you know, a lot of people say she effed her way to the top. She sucked her way to the top. Nicki didn't have to do that. Because when you're genuinely talented, authentically talented, and you genuinely have skill, you don't have to do those things. You just don't. And that's one thing I love about Nicki Minaj is that she has self-respect. And she wasn't just giving it out. Trust me, I believe Nicki when she says she didn't sleep with nobody. Trust me, I believe that. Now, was she sleeping with Safari? Yeah, she definitely was sleeping with Safari. Safari was her boyfriend. Safari was her man. That was a disguised hype man. No shade. Let's be real, y'all. We all know Safari, you know what I'm saying? They was getting in, okay? But other than that, you know, that's about it. You know, especially in her early days, that's about it. You know? But let's talk, y'all. Why do female rappers nowadays, why have they become such hoes? Why are they so easy? You know, like, why they just on go? Okay? Moving on, one thing I love about social media is they're gonna clock their tea every single time. They said Nicki Minaj stepped back and left female rap for y'all, became a preacher, politician, spokesperson, dang near everything but a rapper at this point. And also, y'all, she became like a spaceship captain doing like, it's crazy. And somehow they still aren't shining. All that noise, complaining, and the rap girls still ain't doing ish with the space she left behind. Megan getting cheated on, Doja Cat taking years of a break, Lotto retiring, Cardi B at home eating shrimp healing from her 45th BBL, Ice Spice, you know, she got. The rest are nowhere to be seen. Female rappers going right back to where it was, and it's going back to extinct. Okay, and it definitely is. But Nicki Minaj, in my opinion, I think without her, the game, it's missing something. It's missing that authenticity. You know, I don't think a lot of these girls right now they're not authentic. You know, can y'all relate to what I'm saying? Like, do y'all feel the difference? Like, you know, like, it just feel, you know how you got a friend or like a acquaintance or something, and you just feel like something not right with them, they just don't feel authentic, or like, you know, it's missing that soul. And I think we need that back. But, you know, listen, she can take a break as long as she needs to. Okay, you know, shade. It ain't no rush, because I'm enjoying the politician Nicki. You know, I'm not gonna lie to y'all. Yeah, but, you know, I'm only saying that so she can come back faster. Because if you keep begging people for something, they're not gonna do it. You know what I'm saying? Like, but let's talk, y'all. Let's chat. Let's get into that in the comment section down below. For some reason, Lizzo is she keeps trying to align herself with Megan Thee Stallion, Cardi B. So there's this tweet that said Lotto, Carisha, Lizzo, Drake, Summer Walker, and Kehlani have all took a page out of Cardi B's 2025 rollout, and it's evident. They won't give credit, but her impact is undeniable. So, you know, back in 2025, Cardi B did the promo, acting like you homeless, acting like you are struggling as an artist, and, you know, just being very, you know, just doing crazy things for marketing, right? And Lizzo says, I have publicly said Cardi's rollout changed the game. Changed the game? No, this is what we're not gonna do. Y'all give Cardi B too much credit. Like, y'all give Cardi B way too much credit. I'm not having that on my channel. I will not allow this to be a thing. Cardi B changed the game? No. They said she's one of the reasons why I'm going so hard now. I'm not speaking for anyone else because I don't know they see, but me, I definitely took notes, honey. Lizzo, you're corny. And also, your PR stunts are, like, not funny. You know, at least Cardi B is somewhat funny. You're not funny. You're just lame. Like, you're just, like, comical in a way where you just look like a joke. You know, like, you know how some people, you laugh with them? Lizzo, you laugh at them. You're not like we're not laughing with you, boo, to get you some sales for y'all. No, okay. Now Drake's rollout was better because Drake had an actual rollout. Like he did the. Also, Drake is Drake, but Drake he had the ice sculpture thing. He had billboards up. It was a moment. It was cool. It was cool. He also had a McDonald's collaboration. I think, yeah, he did. But why do people want to give Cardi B so much credit, y'all? Can we have the conversation? Why is Cardi B getting this? Oh, she changed the game for marketing. Okay. Moving on to Drizzy Drake. Drake officially breaks the record for the most number ones for any rapper in Billboard 200 history. He surpasses Jay-Z. Oh, Jay-Z, get up, ho, get up.
Iceman Drake is going to snatch Jay-Z's record for rapper with the most number one albums. So that means his Billboard 200 record has been snatched by Drake and his Billboard 100 record was snatched by Nicki Minaj. The only rappers to top global Spotify this year have been Drake and Nicki Minaj. And honestly, I thought I would get on here and be like, see, I told you, and start running down the numbers and the stats, but all that stuff is here today and going tomorrow. But it's clear as day that the House of Young Money still lives another day. And Drake blessed us with not only one album, but 3 albums. I'm gonna be honest. Maid of Honor, I'm gonna act like I didn't hear that. Habibi is a cool record, but that Iceman, that is some good quality music. He's gonna break the records and all the stats is gonna be there, but honestly, just as a fan, I am super happy. Like, I don't even wanna argue with none of y'all, because arguing with y'all is gonna take away my time from listening to the music.
The jig is up, Jay-Z, the jig is up. All that clown stuff you be doing, it's over now, baby, it's done, you're done. Go in timeout, ho. I'm tired of you, Jay. You ruined the game. You ruined everything. You ruined everything you touch, Jay. That's the problem now. Only thing I can say that you probably did good with was nothing. You ruined your wife. Your wife is traumatized now because she got cheated on. Now she got to keep on being on edge every time you go out the house. People in the rap music, they always got to be on edge that you're going to take their money or sabotage them. Moving on to Ariana Grande, they're online trying to say that Ariana does not have a hit album. They said she doesn't have a Lemonade, she doesn't have an Anti, she doesn't have a 1989, she doesn't have a Teenage Dream. But I disagree. I mean, I think she does have that. I think Thank You Next is her magnum opus. Now, is it as impactful as a Lemonade or Anti? No, but it definitely was a very big era. But I don't think Ariana Grande, I don't know. I think she's definitely capable of making a record like an Anti or 1980. But I don't think that Ari wants to do that. She doesn't. You know, Ari does not want to do that at all. But let's not play and act like Ari don't have hits and Ari don't have success, because she's definitely a very successful woman. And I think that sometimes y'all get carried away with the social media stuff. It gives y'all this fake confidence that you can kind of play with her. But I'm not having that either. No shit, I'm not having that at all. And y'all gonna have to fix y'all mouth when y'all talk about her. Okay, because y'all be acting real strange. For real. The kid isn't that nice, son. Billie Jean by Michael Jackson returns to number 1 on the global Spotify charts with 6.23 million streams. It has now spent 8 days at number 1 on the chart, period. And, you know, MJ's doing it big. And MJ, I'm just so proud of you, even though you dead right now. But I hope you listen to me. But MJ, you just so amazing. Like, you changed the game. You know, you got people out here trying to put you against Beyonce, against Taylor Swift. Like, people really think Taylor Swift and Michael Jackson can go toe for toe for anything. That's the issue now. Okay, this new generation don't understand what it really means to be an icon. And I'm sorry, MJ, that people are disrespecting your legacy like that by trying to compare you to a Beyonce or a Taylor Swift. I'm sorry that's happening. But I really want you to know, MJ, like, he can never be replaced. Period. I don't care what nobody gotta say.